Where would he sleep?
Dad, where'd you sleep, Dad?
We lived on the top floor. We had
Oh, you
the
lived-
top floor.
Wow.
Yeah, because he said it was a candy store on the bottom.
Bottom right, and then they turned it into just that apartment down
The
This
feast.
was from there all the way down the block and then halfway into the third block.
there. Wow.
Okay.
And the bandstand used to be down by where the tunnel was. And then when it got a little smaller, the feast, it went 2 blocks. And we moved the bandstand up a block.
And,
We'll be right over there.
and when I was little, they had rides. Where were the rides?
Rides were up there.
Okay.
And down, depending on how big the feast was.
Okay.
Where would he go for dinner?
Dad, where would you go for dinner? Aunt Irene's down the block there?
Yeah.
And what about your other aunts? Where'd they live?
My Aunt Jean lived with us.
Okay.
In the bottom, you know. Also, was scattered. But if you're gonna eat, yeah, eat with my Aunt Irene.
Yeah, I know.
You want to eat with nobody else. She was the cook. If you look at the picture with me on my grandmother's lap,
Yeah.
well, that's where it was, right in that corner.
Okay.
Oh, the little gate on here.
Interesting.
My Uncle Joe's mother-in-law owned this building. And they convinced me to do all the work in it, paint it and everything. The fire escapes. And the woman was in the hospital dying. I can't tell you how many weeks working in this house. And when she died, that was it.
Did they sell it?
What is that?
I mean, as far as getting paid and everything,
Oh, you didn't get paid.
oh, I got it. Pennies to the dollar. She was hot stuff. They used to call her Katie Six Guns. Because when she was young, she used to be with the mob guys, one of the women from the mob. She was funny. Wow, this has changed so much. They'll probably be knocking this thing down next. When we were growing up, this was considered a big building.
Yeah.
Because nothing was bigger than this, you know, except for this one, but it's the same thing. When they built this building, this is on the site of where the Virgin Mary sighting was.
Right here.
Right where this building was.
Okay.
And if you look over here, you see this? This over here was... It left it like a small playground, and up to go to the back of it was the shrine. Where that was part of the deal. If you're gonna buy this property, you gotta leave the shrine, you gotta leave access. I think the small playground was here. And now what they do is it looks like, they got a door there, maybe. I doubt if anybody's been up there in 50 years. If there's nostalgia there and people see the Laverne and Shirley show and the father owned a pizzeria next to a bowling alley, this is the pizzeria.
Right here?
This here was the pizzeria. And the corner building was the bowling alley.
Oh my God, how fun. I think we should take a picture of him with the book with Villa Avenue.
Yeah, but you don't gotta put the evil in. I was babysitting for them. So that morning I came, I went to the house. My mother told me to get back. So I was crossing the street here. This was all snow because it was a blizzard the night before. And right about between those two cars is where I spotted what I thought was a toy. And it ended up to be a guy. And the Zuda Beauty Salon that used to be a candy store. So after I found out what it was and I dug up his face and everything, I went over there and nobody would come out, and I came back and I started digging him out more. And right about that window right there is where somebody took a picture of me.
Oh my god.
With one of those big old Polaroids.
And he was on the curb? He was in the street.
In the street. But when the flowers came by, they buried him.
Right.
They buried the body.
Wait, how old were you?
7.
Wow.
So he was babysitting at 7, and then he found the body at 7.
Crazy.
My mother, that seems like where it says market, she used to have a beauty salon there, my mother. But that didn't work out. But she had one.
She tried.
So what you do is there's 2 entrances to the building. And I used to go into this entrance and we go into the other one.
Well, okay, so which building? This one to the left.
Well, this is all one big building.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Two
I see.
entrances.
Yeah, okay.
You know. And over there, Pickwood Arms, that's where you walk into the courtyard and it branches off to like 4 different buildings. Really, really beautiful. Pretty much this didn't change because Grand Concourse always had this, you know, the high-rise building. Okay, now I'm understanding. This building was one that they put up. This building where we saw the back, where we saw that gate,
Yeah,
this took over the lot.
okay.
They got rid of the shrine. So this is a new building here. That red gate building, red gate door you saw, that was the back of it. Because there used to be a one-family home here.
Here, Dad, by the
Wait,
stone.
here's the building.
Yeah, right here. This is where we used to go up. It's like steps. There were like I felt like 1,000 steps when we were little, no? Maybe up here, Dad. The shrine right here.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's where they saw Mary appear.
Wow. Who?
A woman saw Mary.
No, not a woman.
A woman, a man, a little boy.
Joe Vitola.
Did you know him?
He was one of my brother's friends. I know his cousins that were younger. I used to live here. We used to call it a cat room. She had about 1,000 cats up there.
Oh my god, really?
They don't have a staircase going up, but this is where